No fluoridated salt and milk, and no foods made with fluoridated milk or salt. The oldest and most widespread depopulation poison used in our food is fluoride, which is added to either salt or milk products depending on the country, and, of course, to water. Throughout Latin America, and in some European countries as well, governments and industry cooperate to ensure consumers can only purchase fluoridated salt, so they pay for their own depopulation poison. In many Latin American countries, it is illegal to sell anything other than fluoridated salt. Read the labels before you purchase salt to ensure that the salt you buy is fluoride-free. Elsewhere in the world, the vast majority of processed foods contain fluoridated salt, but this is not necessarily reflected on the labels. They also contain a number of other endocrine disruptors, or depopulation poisons, which is why they are to be avoided at all times. While salt fluoridation has become ubiquitous in Latin America, starting with Jamaica and Costa Rica in 1987, and gradually extended to the rest of the continent in just 2 decades, salt fluoridation had its birth in Switzerland. It has also been used in Finland, Hungary, and Colombia, so people in these countries must be particularly careful. Salt fluoridation has increased steadily since 1986, and Colombia, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Mexico, and Uruguay have acquired more than 20 years of experience and coverage up to 98%. There are active salt fluoridation programs also in Belize, Bolivia, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Peru, and Venezuela, and all other Latin American countries are in the process of implementing salt fluoridation, or most likely already have. Several countries around the world, Thailand, Chile, Colombia, Macedonia, Russia, the UK, and China, are using fluoridated milk to undermine their people's reproductive system, and several more are covertly fluoridating the milk, primarily in the Middle East. As milk fluoridation mostly targets the child population, milk fluoridation schemes have been established within the context of school health programs and programs purportedly intended for a healthy diet and nutrition. The fluoridating agent can be calcium fluoride, sodium fluoride, disodium monofluorophosphate, disodium silicofluoride, fluorosilicic acid, or sodium silicofluoride, and the concentrations vary from 0.2% to 2.2%, as well as the types of milk used: pasteurized, sterilized, UHT, which stands for ultra-high processing temperature, or powder milk, to see what embeds best in children's teeth and to what extent it shows in urine, as these are indicative not only of caries reductions but also, and most importantly, of fertility destruction. The advantages of milk fluoridation as a sterilization method are obvious. First, the state is in control and no child can escape. Second, sterilization occurs at an early age when children are defenseless and have no way of knowing what is done to them or of resisting. Third, it involves simple production techniques. And last, it is pandered as a gift from the state to children for their improved nutrition and prophylactic dental health. So beware of any school milk programs subsidized by the government or the UN system, because it will sterilize your children and in the process also sexually confuse them through fluoridated milk. Beware also of the Borrow Foundation, which is a British organization responsible for providing the technology for fluoridating milk to governments around the world. The Borrow Foundation is an arm of the depopulation lobby. Give your children safe milk and reject all milk provided by government programs. People in Chile, Colombia, Russia, Thailand, Macedonia, Scotland, the UK, Bulgaria, and China must be particularly careful as these countries have ongoing milk fluoridation programs. People throughout the Middle East must also be careful, especially since their governments may fluoridate the milk without declaring it.